And here we are again for one of these news of the day type videos. I already did the big news of the day, which is the Kelly McCrimmon being the new GM thing. And I keep seeing people saying, "It doesn't matter, no big deal, no big deal." These hierarchy changes when they take place, and I've seen it before in the NHL where people go, it's fine, and then it turns out later on there are problems that can arise later on from what happens. Anyways, that being said, it came out yesterday, was reported today, however. When asked, Gary Bettman said Brad Marchand was warned. So there's no fine, there's no suspension, but they came out. And it's the same as last year when he was licking people. Stop it. Okay, next time we're going to take some action, and it's going to suck to be you. So Marchand again causing the NHL to have to look into player safety issues based on his actions. Wish he'd stop. Because he was fine in the first round. And then second round he's been... And again, it's because they're losing. And also, coming out of that as well as Bettman saying there will be no sale and no relocation of the Ottawa Senators. So, again, and he's been telling this the whole way through. Keep in mind, Bettman works for the owners. Essentially, they collectively are his boss. And so he is just towing party line here. I'm not saying that there's any danger of the team being sold or moved because, let's be honest, if Eugene Melnyk doesn't want to sell the team, it's not going to happen. It just isn't. He can whine and complain about losing money. He can complain about how much money the players make. He can burn the team to the ground and rebuild it every 2 years if he wants to. It's his team, and as long as they're making a decent amount of money, they're not going anywhere. And then something that he said yesterday, so he testified up here. There was a lot to unpack there. But he said that if the NHL actually banned head hits, so he was up here to talk about CTE and concussions and all that. And of course, there's no link between CTE and anyways, not getting into that. But he's basically said if they banned head hits altogether, it would be the end of hitting in the NHL. So he is anti-banning head hits. We'll see how long he's on that. I'm just saying, it's at some point the NHL has something they have to face, and we've heard very vocal players who played in the NHL very recently. Dan Carcillo comes to mind right away, of course, as a good example of this. Of players who are going, "Hey, NHL, there's a problem. We all love the sport, but there's a problem." And Bettman here is going, "Yeah, we're good." And he has said that the rule changes have led to a decrease in concussions. I don't know. I just from all the reporting I've done on the NHL the last few years, I still think there's an alarming amount of concussions. And I don't think you can get them all out of the game, but there's definitely something to be said for new equipment and figuring out new ways of doing things. So again, that's something they'll look at, I would hope. New helmets is a good example. There are helmet designs. The NFL did it, where they design new helmets that are meant to help protect the head a little better and to protect against concussions. There's only so much you can do, but hey. Over 200 women professional hockey players have said we are not going to play until there's one league. They want one league, and they want a viable one league. They don't want to be going through this, ladies, we can't pay you this week. Hey, remember when we signed you for a contract for $300 a week? It's going to be $100. This is all they're saying. They're saying that they want something more stable and more viable. They want it to be one league, and they want it to be better organized than what it is now. And this is not about, people don't pay for tickets and all this stuff. This is not what that's about. This is about women saying, all right, we need to take a step back and make sure this works. That's all they're saying. And I could not agree with them more. Frederik Anderson won't be playing for Denmark. He's deciding to have a rest. I honestly think that for players who played for the Leafs, that first round upset, I would imagine, was far more difficult to take than the last two. This was supposed to be the year something big took place, and it really didn't. So it has to be. And I personally, here's how I take it. There are people who are going to say, well, there's these guys who are whiners. They won't go over and play in the World Championship. Poor babies. I take it as, you know what? At least they give a damn. Sometimes there have been times where, especially as a Canuck fan, where I'm like, yeah, these guys are over there playing the Worlds. Must be great. It's almost like they missed the playoffs so they could go over and play in the Worlds. This is Great. And it's that level of upset. There's nothing that's been more frustrating for me as a hockey fan, and I've talked about this in the past, where when I see a team get knocked out of the playoffs, they don't seem upset about it. They're like, we lost. All right, well, thanks. Great game, everybody. Well, we gave it an effort. No, be mad, be angry. You're a professional athlete. You're being paid millions of dollars, and you just failed. Be upset about it. So I don't have any problem with Anderson saying I need some time to heal up, and I don't feel like going to the World Championships. Austin Matthews had, and I put mystery surgery because they don't say exactly what the surgery was on, but it was to remove surgical hardware from 2014. Don't they have full body scanners you have to go through in the airport? I've gone through them in the States. Didn't anybody at any kind of a security checkpoint at some point go, Mr. Matthews, there appears to be some sort of hardware encased within your person. I'm just saying, was it metal? Because if it was metal, you'd think it would set something off somewhere. I know it depends on how much metal and it's below the skin. So, anyways, I just thought that was strange, and they've said it won't affect his off-season routine. It's not going to take him out of the lineup. I would love to have seen that moment of what is this? Yeah, I've had that for the last 5 years. I don't know, ever since that one surgery. Yeah, this shouldn't be here. Now, on good news, Joe Pavelski could return this round for the San Jose Sharks. So they're not giving an exact time, but he could return this round for San Jose. Sort of cautiously optimistic, sort of like with Carolina and Peter Mrazek. He could come back. So Pavelski could be back in this round, and if he comes back into this series, that could be a huge emotional lift for San Jose. A team that has been, I would say, definitely playing for Joe Pavelski since he went down with that freak injury. And, I hope to see him back. And I just wanted to close out in saying the biggest storyline of this year's playoffs is thanks to Don Cherry. As soon as he talked about these guys being a bunch of jerks, and I watched it when he said it, and I'm like, oh, Don. That tag is the story of the playoffs. It's spelled out in the seats in Carolina. So on t-shirts, I have the t-shirt, the bunch of jerks. Just go ahead and grab that here. This storyline, this name has become the story of the 2019 playoffs. And it reminds me of the plastic rats in Florida. And Florida rode that all the way to the finals. So we'll see how far the bunch of jerks can go for Carolina. But it's taken on a life of its own. And every playoffs, we seem to have that one story that seems to come out of nowhere. Last year, of course, it was Vegas. Why are they still... They're still going. And they got all the way to the finals with it. So we'll see if the bunch of jerks ends up going to the finals. It'll be interesting to see, and I'm going to wait and see what happens with Hockey Night in Canada with their Coach's Corner segment. Just how quickly he jumps on the Curtis McElhinney. He's awesome. Yeah, that other guy was okay, but McElhinney's better. He's going to be doing that again. I'm just waiting for when Don starts jumping on the McElhinney bandwagon again. But this has been quite the story, and who knows how far it can go. All right. There you go. There's the news of the day. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.